I remember once my mom said, I'm getting old. I will only make 50 heads of cabbage kimchi this year. Well, in Korea, we make a big batch of kimchi in fall for the next year. And then next fall, we make lots of kimchi again. Cut the cabbages lengthwise by slitting the core first. If they are big, cut into quarters. This salt is for brining the cabbages. I'll use some salt to directly sprinkle onto the cabbages and some to make brining liquid. I'm using boiling water to dissolve some salt and will add some room temperature water later. The brining stage plays a huge role in making kimchi. Some even say kimchi never goes bad. Well, with the right brining and right method of storage, I believe it's true. Sprinkle the coarse sea salt over each leaf, more on thicker part than thinner part of the leaves. Over the next 3 to 4 hours, you will turn over the cabbages 3 times for even brining. I will tell you later how to check if the cabbages are well brined. The water should not be hot but warm. This red paste is based on glutinous rice flour. Once the mixture reaches a simmer, turn the heat down and keep stirring. The whole thing will take only 5 minutes, so don't go away. Slit the thicker white parts of the green onion first, and then chop the green parts into 2 cm length. I've weighed out the pear and apple for this recipe, but normally I just add 1 medium pear and 1 small apple. Kimchi making is a more forgiving process than you'd expect. In goes the pear, garlic and ginger, apple, and some water. I will use half of the radish. Cut into 5mm matchsticks. You can use a mandolin for sure. I just want to coat the radish with chili powder. You can totally skip this. That will eventually all become the red paste. Here's one more thing you need to know. Anchovy fish sauce and salty fermented shrimp have different salinity depending on the manufacturer. So, start with half of the recipe cause it should also suit your taste. Scoop out the fermented shrimp with some juice in it. Add some sugar to your liking after tasting. I've added more salty fermented shrimp. Taste the sauce like you would check a salad dressing. Take one leaf, dip it in, and taste. It should taste somewhat on the salty side. When the thick part of the leaf bends easily, it's ready. When you taste it after rinsing, it should be somewhat salty. Rinse the cabbages 2 to 3 times thoroughly. Smudge and spread the mixture over each leaf. I put more on the leaves close to the core. Try to wrap the cut side with an outer leaf. Or you can sort of round the end bit up toward the cut sides. Put the cut side up. The ideal temperature to keep kimchi is set to be 0 to 7. When you have kimchi going through the active fermentation process, 5 to 7 is good. And for long-term storage after that, 0 to 2 is the ideal temperature. Most Korean households have kimchi fridge for these reasons. You can control the temperature throughout, and whenever you open the kimchi fridge, the fridge loses less of the cold temperature compared to the normal fridges. So with the regular fridges, when you make a large amount, it is better to avoid opening the lid often. Do this by dividing into a few containers to avoid too much exposure to air and different temperatures whenever you open the lids. For correct fermentation, leave at room temperature 1 to 2 days, or in a cold winter 2 to 3 days, and then refrigerate. Some people like freshly made kimchi like me, but most Koreans like slightly older sour kimchi. A few even love the much older, funkier taste of kimchi. The 3-year-old kimchi I had was really funky. When you plan to store kimchi for a while, fill the container only 80 to 90% maximum. I wouldn't use a wooden board when cutting kimchi. The color will remain. Press firmly, try to submerge them in their own juices. Cut into bite size and serve. Come and check out my other non-spicy, lighter taste kimchi.